Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another one of our online maths lessons with me, Mr. Williams. And this is our second lesson of the week. Now, we're going to start off our lesson by finding out all of the things that we are going to need for the lesson today. So let me just show you. Today, you are going to need a dry white pen, and there is one of those in your home learning packs. You will need a pencil and paper or your home learning book, and you will need 100 square. So pause the video for a moment, go and collect the things that you will need, and then come back when you're ready. See you in a moment. Right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to begin our lesson by warming up our maths brains. And to do that today, we are going to use my counting stick. And I just need to stand back a little bit for this so you can see the counting stick. So here we go. We have got my counting stick, and on my stick today, I'm going to imagine there is 0 here and 20 there. And we are going to be counting in twos. So I would like you to use your big, loud maths voices to count along with me. Can you do that? Good. Here we go. Starting at 0. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Well done, everybody. I hope my stick didn't disappear off the bottom of the screen then. Now, we're going to count backwards now from 20. This is a little bit trickier. Again, I want to hear your big, loud maths voices. Are you ready? 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Well done for your super counting. Now, I've got some challenges for you. So if we've got 0 there and 20 there, and we're counting in twos, what number would be here on the counting stick? Can you work it out? Okay, shout out if you know the answer. Let's double check. So here we've got 0, 2, 4, 6. Well done if you got that right. Let's go to this end of the counting stick where we've got 20. What number would be there? Shout out if you know the answer. Oh, I think I heard somebody say 12. Let's just double check that. 20, 18, 16, 14, 12. Well done if you said 12. Now, our last thing we're going to do, if I've got 0 here and I've got 20 there, what number would be here? And I'll give you a clue. This is right in the middle of the counting stick, halfway between 0 and 20. Shout out if you know the answer. Oh, I heard somebody shouting 10. Let's just double check that. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, give yourself a pat on the back and say, super counting. Now, we're ready, as we've warmed up our maths brains, we're ready to carry on with our lesson. So, today's lesson is all about how do brilliant mathematicians recall the 10 times table. That means how do brilliant mathematicians remember the 10 times table, all of the 10 times table facts. That's what we're going to be learning today. And we are going to begin by using 100 square. And I'm going to use my 100 square to do some counting, and I'm counting in tens, and every time I say one of the numbers, I am going to highlight it off on the 100 square. So I'm going to go first, counting out loud. You can count along with me. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, I'm going to hide them a second, because what I would like you to do is to get your 100 square, and I want you to count in tens and circle the numbers as you say them on your 100 square. I don't think it will take you that long, but pause the video, do that on your 100 square, and come back once you've done it. Okay, how did you get on? Hopefully you've got a pattern which looks a little bit like this. And what do you notice about this pattern? Well, it's all those numbers in the last column on the 100 square that we have highlighted. And what do you notice about what number they all end in? They all end in a 0. So when we count in tens, all of those numbers will always end in a 0. Numbers in our 10 times table end in 0. Now we're going to be doing some more work on counting in tens right now. And we're going to begin with using our hands to count, because our hands have got 10 fingers, which is quite handy for counting in tens. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some lots of 10, and I want you to count in your big maths voice, count in tens to see what number we get to. Are you ready? Out loud, off you go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and we stopped there. So we did some counting in tens and we counted up to 60. Oops, let me just write that on there. I wonder how many lots of 10 did I show you? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I showed you 6 lots of 10. 6 times 10. So 6 times 10 is 60. Okay, let's go on to another one. I'm going to show you some more fingers like that. I want you to count in tens to see if you can work out what number we get to and see if you can think how many lots of 10 that was. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, what did you count to that time? Hopefully you counted to 90. And how many lots of 10 did I show you to make 90? I showed you 9 lots. Oops, 9 lots of 10. 9 times 10 equals 90. Well done if you worked that one out. Okay, what you can do now is pause the video and you can have a little game with somebody at home, and you can take it in turns to be the person that shows the fingers, and the other person can count and see if they can work out how many lots of 10 that was, and then you can swap that over. So pause the video, play that game for a little moment, and come back once you've done it. See you in a moment. Okay, on to our next task now. And for this task, you're going to need your super listening ears, because I'm going to drop some coins into this mug. I'm going to drop 10p coins, 10 pence coins. And I want you to listen carefully to hear how many coins are in the mug and see if you can work out how much they are worth. Because if I had 2 10p coins in the mug, it wouldn't be worth 2 pence. It would be worth 2 lots of 10. It would be worth 20 pence. Okay, so are you ready to listen to work out how much money is in the mug? Here we go. Okay, do you know how much money is in the mug? Do you know how many coins are in the mug? Okay, let's double check. So I'm going to tip up the mug. Out comes our first 10p coin. So I've got 1 10. Then I've got another 10. So that would be 20. Another 10. That's 30. And then I've got a 4th coin. So altogether I've got 4 coins. Oops. And that is 40p with a little squiggle on. So we have got 4 lots of 10, and that makes 40. 40 what though? 40p, 40 pence. Okay, shall we do another one? Okay, listen carefully. How much money's in the mug? Okay, how much money is in the mug? Do you know how many coins are in there? Okay, let's double check. Let's tip up the mug and find out. So here comes our first coin. So that's 10p. Number 2, 20p. 3 coins, 30p. 4 coins, that's 40. 5 coins, 50. And then we've got a 6th coin, which is 60. So altogether we have got 6 coins. So we've got 6 lots of 10, 6 lots of 10p, and altogether 6 tens is 60p. Well done if you got that right. Okay, next up, we're going to be doing some counting in tens using crayons, because I've got some packets of crayons here that come in packs of 10. So if I had just one packet of crayons, how many crayons would I have altogether? Oh, well, that's easy. That's 10, isn't it? What if I had 2 packets of crayons, each with 10 in, 2 lots of 10? That would be 20. And if I had 3 packets of 10, that would be 30. Now I'm going to keep adding on a packet of 10 crayons. Can you count with me? So 4 packets would be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. We've got 100 crayons all together. I wonder, do you think we can write in the number sentences to show what's going on there? So to begin with, we had 1 packet of crayons, 1 lot of 10. So I could write down that 1 lot of 10, 1 packet of 10 equals 10. We had 10 crayons altogether. Then we added on our 2nd packet. So we had 2 lots of 10, and 2 lots of 10 makes 20. Then we had our 3rd packet of 10, 3rd lot of 10, 3 tens are 30. Then we had 4 lots of 10 is 40, 5 tens are 50, 6 times 10 is 60, 7 times 10 is 70, 8 times 10 is 80, 9 times 10 is 90, 10 times 10 is 100. I'm going to hide those a second, because what I would like you to do now is to see if you can write down those 10 times multiplication facts, starting with 1 times 10, 2 times 10, and all the way up to 100. If you want to challenge yourself more, you could go beyond 100 and go to 11 times 10 and 12 times 10. So pause the video here, write out those number facts in your book or on your piece of paper, and then come back here once you've done it. Okay, see you later. Okay, how did you get on with that task? I hope you did well. Now then, we're going to see if we can solve a few problems here. So I have got 4 packets of crayons here, each with 10 crayons in, just like we saw. How many packets is that altogether? Do you think you can write down the number sentence that shows how many crayons there are altogether? Oops, I just flicked too quickly there. So we've got 4 packets. That's meant to be 4. And each packet has got 10 crayons. And all together, that means we have got 40 crayons. 4 lots of 10 is 40. Okay, we're going to look at a few more problems like that. Now, we know we've already had a look at our fingers, which are good for counting in tens, because on our 2 hands, we have got 10 fingers. But here, I am showing you 3 lots of hands, 3 lots of 10 fingers. So do you think you can write down on your whiteboards or on your piece of paper the number sentence that shows how many fingers there are, how many lots of 10? You can pause the video here whilst you do it. Okay, how did you get on? Well, we have got 3 groups of 10 fingers. So that's 3 lots of 10. And if we've got 3 lots of 10, that's counting in tens 3 times, 10, 20, 30. We've got 30 fingers all together. Well done if you got that one right. Now, here's my friend Colin the Crab. And something, before I was a teacher, I used to be a marine biologist, so I know a little bit about crabs. And crabs are in a group of animals called decapods, and decapod means 10 legs. So crabs are animals with 10 legs. So if crabs have got 10 legs, if I had 6 crabs, how many legs would be there all together. Do you think you can work that out? Can you write down a number sentence to show how many legs there are all together on those 6 crabs? Pause the video here and write your number sentence down. Okay, how did you get on with that? So let's see what we've got. We have got 6 crabs, and those 6 crabs have each got 10 legs. That's 6 lots of 10, 6 times 10, or 6 tens. And if we count 6 tens, if we counted 10 6 times, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There are 60 legs all together. Well done if you got that right. Now, we've got a problem here with Poppy. I wonder if you can work this one out. Now, Poppy's problem is this. Poppy has 5 bags of apples. There are 10 apples in each bag. How many apples has she got all together? So she's got 5 lots of 10 apples. Do you think you can pause the video here and write down your number sentence to show how many apples Poppy has got all together? Remember, she's got 5 bags, 5 lots of 10. Okay, have a go at that and then unpause the video when you're ready. Okay, how did you get on? Well, let's just see. We have got 5 bags there, so I'm going to write down 5, and each bag has got 10 apples, so it's 5 lots of 5 times 10. And if I've got 5 lots of 10, that's counting in 10, 5 times, all together, Poppy would have 50 apples. So well done if you've got that number sentence written down. Okay, so on to today's tasks that you are going to complete. And we've got 3 tasks for you to do. And we're going to have a little look at them one by one in just a moment. And you can pause the video at the right time for the task that you want to do. Now, our first task is going to be about completing number sequences. And all of you will be able to complete that task, I'm sure. The next one, the one with our sailing boat, is about filling in our 10 times multiplication number sentences. And I'm pretty sure that most of you will be able to do that. And then the final task that hopefully lots of you will want to do is to challenge yourself to start to learn your 10 times tables at speed. So let's look at those tasks one by one. Let me just move my face over there. Okay, so here's our first task. Can you fill in the missing numbers? So these are number sequences counting either forwards or backwards in tens. So if you would like to complete this task, pause the video now. Our second task today is to complete the 10 times multiplication facts. You can see we've got some missing answers there. So if you think you would like to complete this task, which hopefully most of you will, pause the video now. And on to our final task. And for this task, you will need, I should have said this at the start, you will need a dice. So before you start this, you'll just need to run off and get a dice. And what I would like you to do with your dice is to roll your dice, and whatever number that that the dice lands on, I would like you to multiply that by 10. So if I rolled a 6, I need to multiply that by 10, and I'm going to write it down. 6 times 10, and that would be 60. And then I would roll the dice again, and whatever number I land on, I would multiply that by 10 and write out my number sentence. And the challenge is to see how many of those you can do in a minute. So if you've got a clock or something nearby that you can time yourself, see how many you can do in a minute. If you haven't got a clock or a timer, just have a go at practicing that and see how well you can do it. Okay, if you want to do that task, pause the video here. Good luck. Okay then, let's go back and look at the answers. So if you completed our first task with our missing number sequences, our first sequence went 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So you can mark that correct or change it if you made any mistakes. And our next one went 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Well done if you got that right. The next one was a little bit trickier because we had our missing numbers in the middle, 40, something, something, 70, 80, 90. So we can see that we're counting on in tens. So it's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then our last one goes 50, 40, 30. We're counting backwards in tens. So 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Well, then if you had them correct and you've marked them right, if you didn't, remember, you can change them now. Okay, on to our next task. This was to fill in our missing 10 times multiplication facts. So the first one was 5 times 10. 5 tens are 50. 10 times 10 is 100. 6 lots of 10 is 60. 10 times 2, now we flip the numbers round here, but 10 times 2 is the same as 2 times 10. So it doesn't matter which way round we write that, the answer is 20. 3 times 10 is 30. This one's been flipped as well. 10 times 4, which is the same as 4 times 10, is 40. 0 times 10. So if I've got 10 fingers, but if I had one lot of 10, that's 10. But if I had no lots of 10, I've got nothing. 0 times 10 is 0. And 11 times 10 is 110. Well done if you got that one right. So that's it for today's lesson on the 10 times multiplication fact. What would be really good is if you can keep practicing to become better and better and better, so you know your 10 times tables forwards, backwards, and inside out. So well done for today's lesson. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and our lesson tomorrow will be on the 5 times table. So until then, bye-bye.